Hi guys, I'm Sinem Tunser and today I'm going to explain to you how we are going to build digital product passport with Arkive. So digital product passports are going to be mandatory and are mandatory for a lot of industries already at the moment. It's about products that we sell in Europe. So yeah, how do we do it? Because there are a lot of DPP platforms by now in the market, but we really want to show you how our system is working today. So how do you create it? Are you an SMB or a mid-sized company? You just want it to be easy. So go to archivedpp.eu and start clicking on Start Free today. Positive, the first 5 DPP is for free. So do you want to test the system? Be our guest and start using it. All right. So I clicked on it and I'm coming to the software environment. At the moment, I'm not going to create another account. I'm just going to log in to an existing one. The sign up methodology is regular, so I don't have to show it to all these smart people at the moment. And now let me double check. Yes, I'm going to log in. And then I log in and I come into this environment at the moment. So this is already a system that is integrated, but you come into the dashboard, of course, and this account has one product and two passports, and together in the life cycle assessment from raw materials until the sales points and end of life phase, these two DPPs are creating this CO2 together. We also want to know which passports are verified or not. I'm going to go into the details later, and we want to have some updates about ingestions of data per week. So that's what you are seeing, what is successful and what not. Because if you ingested 50 products to us and I only received 23 on this side, that's of course problematic, because if the inspector is coming to check if all of your products have DPPs, then this is going to be a problematic issue. Now that said, so let's start entering what you would normally do. You would go to an account and you can check what information the account has. We only allow that the accounts are made by the economic operator. The economic operator can invite franchisees, importers, or distributors. So that's not a problem, but to maintain quality of our platform, and by law, the economic operator is accountable to create an account and to manage DPPs. So yeah, then the question is a lot of times, what is the economic account operator? I want to be sustainable too. Companies like Coca-Cola, L'Oreal, what do we have more? Persil, we have so many other more beautiful brands. All these brands, the brands that actually produce an end product that we buy in the store, BMW, these are going to be mandatory to kind of like create these passports. Yeah, so that said, that means that you cannot edit this. Um, that might change in the future, so we made it flexible for ourselves. You can upload a brand. Of course, every economic operator can have one or many brands, so you can add multiple brands. You can see company name, the website, and brand. This will be reflected on brand level in the DPPs that you connect to those brands. The other thing is, after you create your account, we make it mandatory to integrate with us. Yeah. So the first 5 DPPs are for free. And that means that we will not have any problematic issues asking from you. But we have API docs with fixed attributes that are minimum needed to create a DPP. So you can get your API keys, and we also accept FTP files, but they need to be daily deliveries or frequent deliveries. And if you set that up and you are not delivering, this is also what we will report to the inspector at that moment. So yeah, connect with the API. That's the only way forward. And that's also your real-time CO2 calculation. Meaning that if you don't connect, that this feature is not working, meaning your DPP system is a static report and you can keep on better reporting it manually with LCA consultants. Now, that said, that's the integration explanation. Once you have integrated and pushed all the data, it will start becoming visible in the products page. And that also means that if you hit the limit of 5 DPPs, the system will force you to choose a plan. We have 2 plans. I think it's also visible over here. Let me quickly show that too. Pricing plans. Here you can see it. You can already also sign up from here, and then you also create an account, but let's fix it. There are also 5 free plans. Okay, so for 15 SKUs, if you're a small business, then it's just €299 and everything will be included. You will be compliant. You are capable of creating 35 DPPs that are active at the same time and keep on using them. Um, is the expiration date over of your product and you can close one DPP and open a new one? That's great. But keep in mind that the DPPs that you inactivate are not seen anymore. So then the growth. This is 100 SKUs for bigger mid-sized companies with 250 DPPs for free. And then we have an enterprise model, and that's when you can talk to us. And this model is actually also for companies that are, for example, technology companies. Let's say you're a sustainability database, a sustainability consultant, or whatsoever, and you want to have it more as a button into your own system. This is no problem. We will come and do that white labeled. Yeah, awesome. So that's our choose the plan. So we have discussed that at the moment and the integrations. The other part is, of course, user management. You can add different types of users to your platform, and this is also mandatory by law. The administrator is actually the economic operator, and within the economic operator or people that you want to give the same access to, these can be your internal people, for example, that you feel comfortable with. Then we have colleague access. Colleague access could be, for example, your supply chain partner. Let's say you are sourcing ingredients from Turkey, you are buying your cotton over there, but you don't have information about cotton and you want them to add this, or you want to have the energy that they are spending per product in their warehouses when they are actually making this cotton at the moment. All these data sets, you can invite colleagues and etc., and they can also start connecting with the system. The third part, what we can do is you can invite the inspector. So some industries are already going to be checked from 2026. Think about steel, think about aluminium, think about other industries. They still will be a little bit relaxed in this environment, but it's really hardcore. Inspections are going to start from 2027. Now, that said, the inspector has other features. So, what the inspector needs to know is if you have 25 SKUs and you produce 2 times a year, that means you need to have 50 active DPPs at that moment, and they need to be compliant. Are they not compliant at that moment? You need to make sure that they are compliant. And how does compliancy exactly work? Compliancy has 2 touch points. You are claiming that your organic cotton is organic, and you need to prove with a lab document that this is really true, or with a document from your sourcing partner. Um, this document can be reliant or not. It can have an expiration date or not. But we have a claim management module that you can ingest via the API that will be kind of like seen on the products. I'm going to show it a little bit later so you understand. If there is no document relating to the claim that you are making, then this is seen as untrustworthy claim because you cannot prove it at that moment. Now, the inspector is going to check your claims. That's number one. The other topic is CO2 calculations are also claims. So if you're telling that you made a CO2 calculation, we want to know how the LCA is being built. Within Arkive, we built the LCA for everybody the same. That means we have sourcing, production, warehousing, distribution slash transport. Um, then you go into sales points, usage phase, and end of life phase. And all of these environments are one or many. So, what does that mean? So, are you for example, a fridge company that makes fridges, the components in the fridges are on production level. The aluminium or the steel that you're using in the fridge, that's actually on sourcing level because you're sourcing raw materials to first make components and then you're assembling an end product at that moment altogether. Read about it in the API documentation. That's how it works. So the inspector is going to check if your LCA is in that structure aligned to the ISO norms. And the other thing, what they are going to do is if the data is not populated yet because your supply chain partner has not delivered it, it means that we can auto calculate it for you guys. So no worry, we will do that. But we will kind of like highlight to the inspector that this is how it will be at the moment. So what is automatically calculated and what is an assumption or what is real data that you as a economic operator has delivered. So the inspector is going to check, are the claims there? How is the LCA made? And if you also made claims about your LCA, let's say a topic like net zero, that has an interdependency with your CO2 calculation. Because net zero means you're zero. And the reality is we all create a product from somewhere and it goes somewhere. So we all create CO2. So by default, it's a complicated one, or you need to have offsettings, for example, what you're doing. Questions to be asked about this environment. But that's a decision that each economic operator makes for themselves. Now, then we discussed the inspection access, supply chain partner access, colleague access, and the admin access. After you gave access to the right people, you see after the API integration that this is the part where all the products are being ingested to, and you will see that everything will be ingested over here. The materials will be automatically mapped if it's product materials, ingredients, for example, or if they are packaging materials. And how much there is in the product is really relating to the grams and the total weight of the product at that moment. So the percentages over here. We connect with Carbon Cloud and different types of tech partners that we can actually automate all the information that you ingest to us as a minimum. But we found with digital footprints online on how to do particular carbon. Happy to go into details later. So you don't have to worry about all these steps because it will be all automatic for you guys. Then I go back to products. As each batch needs to have a unique QR code, it is important to kind of like realize that you can create different types of batches within our system, QR codes. In this case, there are created two batches, for example, where one product is being tracked by individual products. So do I have an SKU that I produce 1 million times? It will have 1 million unique QR codes at that moment. This is great for the EV battery sector, high margins, and you really want to track each battery from beginning to the end because they will be unique. They will have their own recycling issues and etc. etc. For electronics, this is also less stuff. But imagine we are looking at cosmetics and we need to print on the packaging the QR codes. It's really unrealistic at that moment to have unique QR codes on that level. So we make QR codes on batch level, meaning it's cradle to grave, your LCA at that moment. Not a big problem because with smart information that we collect on product level, for example, transaction IDs. Is your product actually sold on sales point? Yes or no? Does it have a return ID? Yes or no? We actually know where your product is in the supply chain. Or if it's sold or not. And if it's not sold, of course, your end of life phases are also reaching, especially if it's hitting the expiration date. That's how we play the game high level. And obviously, we will not tell all of our secrets because we also have competition. Once you have created the products in the system, you can actually start managing your digital product passport system. So you come over here and you see this beautiful map. We are also still building, but soon it will also visualize the automatic LCA footprint actually in this map. The ideas that you have, and if your products are actually growing and your DPPs, you're capable easy to look for your DPPs. Beautiful, as you can see, and you can also see your average CO2 that this product has created, and maybe another batch has not created, or this one is suspended, so it's actually stuck after some moment. We don't know why the reason could be. Huh? That's a business decision. The statuses, you need to map it with us in your systems. Um, okay, cool. What we also do is, what you can see is every tracking that you are doing over here, um, sort of views at the moment. So every scan that I'm making of a product, we are registering that. So think about the number of views and the unique people that have been scanning this QR code. And we also know, because of the IP addresses, where this is approximately scanned from. Um, we don't want to be too accurate at this time. We are 100% sure from which cities they come from. But how bigger we get, how bigger our tech stack is get, how much accurate we can get as well. The end of life date, what you see here is actually relating to the expiration date. Obviously, if you don't have an expiration date, it will be different. Do you click on view? You are coming into the DPP, and I actually also want to show this DPP in incognito, because the incognito view is obviously different than my view because I'm an admin. And what you see at that moment is, of course, your DPP, your industry. You can see your claims that you have ingested. This company seems to say that they are B Corp certified, upcycled ingredients, vegan ingredients, and some other things that they are confirming. And every document is uploaded for these parts, but not everything is uploaded yet. That said, everything that you filled in my account is populated, as I said, automatically in each DPP. This is a real-time CO2, so every step the product is taking in the supply chain, this will update itself, and this is actually the important part that you need to report to the government. In this case, you can see all these data. UP is the unique product identifier. This is also a GS1 standard. So please look at the rules, and this is really important. This DPP is measured cradle to grave. So with this partner, we also have a relationship with the end of life management partners. So did the partner not sell it on the sales level? It needs to go to end of life. And these partners are very proud that they work with these guys because they are really circular. That said, you can read more about how they are circular. So they have explained here pre-consumer instruction and post-consumer instructions about how they manage end-of-life management. I would want to buy it at the moment. Now, that said, you have different types of industries. Some industries, they are really okay with showing all the material composition and the packaging. This also has to do with end of life management. And some industries are actually not really excited about this because imagine I am Coca-Cola and I made this very special formulation that nobody knows how to create that taste. You don't want to show everything. So we have thought per industry about what is fair to show or what is not fair to show. And in this case, this is a skincare brand that wants to show their active ingredients and water. They're completely fine with that, and what type of packaging they are using because they are going to be circular anyway. This product is already hitting online sales from production level because it's also a FTC brand. They are trying to decrease their footprints, and you can also see the different types of data and the CO2 they created in the different environments. And keep in mind, this is on batch level. All right, so that's the DPP that we have discussed at the moment. So I'm going to close that. I'm going back to the platform. The ones that have documents are over here. So if you click on it, you are capable of seeing that document at the moment to give a consumer trust about the documents. What can I say more about this at the moment? Yeah, this is the creation methods. Obviously, products are ingested automatically, so that's not really a thing. Maybe you want to filter on the CO2 types that you want to do. And what you actually really want to do is you want to decrease this CO2 at some moment. So you want to know where the CO2 per DPP is coming from and how you are going to decrease it. So these are all things that we can help you with. So thank you guys for looking at our how-to video, and I hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to ask questions. Go to our website and start asking questions via there too, and we will be answering all those.